presence. Partner with Cancel This Show with myself, Vic Faust, and my co-host,
Megan Marie. We're ranked in the top 10% globally.
Our show has reached over 1.68 million engaged listeners, and we continue to grow monthly.
Podcasting is one of the best ways to advertise
because it offers a highly engaged audience, SEO-targeted reach,
and the ability to build a personal connection with listeners.
Dive into the dynamic world of cancel culture, politics, all current events, and the latest news with us.
It's the American taxpayers that are having to pay for all of this monkey business left and right.
Look at all of these pictures. They are using AI to generate fake photos, and we show you them. And Joe will show, we got a video of one, we've got certain pictures.
They were hiding the fact and trying to lie to the American people for months that Joe Biden was doing well.
This is Kamala. This is Joe Biden. It's Barack Obama. It's Jake Sullivan, all together doing anything and everything they can to strike back at Donald Trump because he continues to kick their ass.
If that doesn't make you mad enough to vote one way or another in this election, nothing will do it.
Get your company's voice heard, your brand recognized,
and the exposure you deserve.
Does your brand align with our mission?
Let's talk and make an impact together. Hey guys, welcome into cancelthisshow.com, October 21st. Vic Faust, Megan Marie Moret, Pro Joe is ready to rock and roll. Guys, thanks for jumping in with us. Cancelthisshow.com, Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays right now, 9 to 10 a.m. Central. Who knows? We may do more. We've been thinking about it as we tell you. News headlines, politics, cancel culture, education when it comes to 2024 election. We have it all. We have a big show for you today, but we're grateful that you guys jump in, that you like, subscribe, that you share the show, that you promote it as well. And that's why we have the people watching the numbers we do, because you guys promote us. That's where we go. How was your weekend before we jump into everything, my friend? Sorry, I'm trying to work with my headset. Sorry.
No, that's okay. No, I had a great
couldn't
weekend.
Hear myself.
We had lots of soccer, but it was great. Got a lot of yard work done, all the stuff before it gets too cold. Yeah, so it was good. It was productive. And it was wonderful. Saw my girls at the Covering House yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
It was wonderful.
We say hello to everybody. Thanks for jumping in and watching us live on Facebook, on Rumble, on X. We are there. You can also watch our show on YouTube. And of course, we put out other information on other websites on cancelthisshow.com. And of course, on our social media outlets as well. Coming up here on the show today, Donald Trump had a huge weekend. We'll get to that in a massive weekend. All the support that he's getting, dominating the polls. I don't think things could be going any better for Donald Trump right now.
I agree.
Which makes me worry about other things that are going to happen or try to take him down or take him out in some way. Mm-hmm. More celebrities. We'll talk about that jumping in. It was also a horrible, and I mean a horrible moment for Kamala Harris. Whether the news covers it or not, it happens. And then J.D. Vance, of course, rubbing her nose in it and putting her in place. We'll get into all of that stuff coming up as well. I did, and take the show where you guys want to go from that as well. There was something else that happened over the weekend. And and by the way, something that just came out this morning. I'll get to the other information. Michigan has an announcement. They're Jocelyn Benson, their attorney general. She is something else. Arguably the most liberal, progressive, hardcore left of that position in the country, came out yesterday and said, oh yeah, don't expect any results in Michigan until maybe Wednesday night after the election.
Of course.
Yeah. And they also found out they had 500,000 extra people on the voter rolls that shouldn't be there.
What was her reason for that?
Yeah. Well, they said that they want to make sure that they have a fair election, that every vote is counted. So we can get into that as well. I did like this, another story that just came out over the weekend. And Elon Musk he gave away a check Saturday night. I wasn't sure about this, but he launched America PAC, and it's about people signing up for his PAC to support Amendment 1 and Amendment 2. And he's going to give away $1 million a day until the election. What an amazing idea. What an amazing way to help out Americans. Then you have liberals and Democrats who hate the idea, like Josh Shapiro said, well, I think that you can't link money to getting the vote out. It was like, give me a break. So he already gave away $1 million. And it is absolutely amazing what Elon Musk has done to try to jump out there just a couple of weeks after he had a historic SpaceX landing. So some experts say it's a violation of law to link cash handouts to signing a petition. However, others say no, it's not. So all he is asking people to do is sign his new PAC, sign the petition that you will back Amendment 1 and Amendment 2 because he is so worried about that. And it would be, and he already gave away $1 million check to a man in Pennsylvania on Saturday night. So what do you got to lose to sign up for his American PAC? Elon Musk American PAC. We'll find it. We'll put it on the chat line for you, unless somebody else can grab it right now and put it on there. So anyway,
especially if you're already
something
behind it. If you're already behind 1 and 2, why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Sign it? So just go for it, and then you've got a chance of making a little money.
Logan said mine was in the mail. Lisa said $1 million would be taxed at 45%. I don't know how that would work from the tax, what that would be gifted as. But once again, just getting excited about getting out there and doing things to get people in it. Petition.theamericapac.org. That's where you sign up. Petition.theamericapac.org to sign up, and just that you're trying to back Amendment 1 and Amendment 2. And Elon's going to pick people out to give $1 million a day until the election occurs. So
yeah. And have you looked at the ballot? Do you have like has anybody looked at their practice ballot, if you will, for voting day? There's a lot.
No, but I've heard
to look at,
and it takes a while. My dad asked me. He called me the other day. Some of the judges, he's like, I'm looking at Missouri Supreme Court judges. He's like, but I don't know who's who.
Yeah.
He's like, who should I vote for when it comes to this? I was like, let me take a look at it and try to get back with some information.
Well, what you can do, because again, do it now. Like, look at your ballot now, because it's going to take you. There's 25 different judges on there.
We should do an episode on this.
Yeah. But yeah, I actually have my ballot here. But anyway, just make sure that you take your time. And like, I went in and just on ChatGPT and just said, give me, bullet points of, now I love AI. I was a little weird about it at first, but for things like this, and then you just ask bullet point, like what have the judges done? What have their judgments been? Or whatever it is for you that makes you, choose or decide. So there's definitely ways to do that, but yeah, you definitely have homework. So be prepared. It's not going to be just a Donald Trump or Kamala Harris vote, that day. And there's you can vote for 2 other parties too, if you want to.
Absolutely, you could.
So.
All I know is it was just, you've got, and thankfully Elon is doing what he's doing to try to get the word out, at least to get people excited about what's happening. Because you have too many other people who are trying to rig an election, as we've talked about, who are trying to say, oh, well, this is going to, it's going to take a long time now. We're already being told, and this is what frustrates me when it comes to the whole situation of voting. You literally have the Michigan Secretary of State, Jocelyn Benson, coming out and saying that don't expect election results until Wednesday night now.
Yeah, that's just...
Till Wednesday night.
We need time. We need time to mysteriously shut down the voting places. We need time to make sure that they get flooded appropriately, the power turns out, and we need to make sure that the people that we are paying are stuffing ballots late at night.
Think about all of these things. It was, we found out literally yesterday, this was on Face the Nation, where Jocelyn Benson, the Michigan Secretary of State, admitted that there's 500,000 more voter registrations than voters. She didn't admit it, but she said that they're not going to fix it until after the election. This is in the state of Michigan, a swing state. In Michigan, Democrats have no problem with this because they know that it was stolen in 2020, that they're not doing anything. And keep in mind, there was actually footage. There was CCTV footage of, I don't know, what was it? Like thousands, I mean, tens of thousands of ballots coming off trucks with no poll watchers overnight when they shut down the election, when Trump was really dominating for all intents and purposes, Michigan. And then all of a sudden, when the system came back on and those tens of thousands of ballots were put in, oh, Joe Biden had a lead. All of a sudden. We've broken this down so many times over the years. And then we find out that Jocelyn Benson says, don't expect final votes in Michigan to be tallied until maybe Wednesday evening. So you already know what's going to happen. We're not going to have an election winner that night. We're not. You already know what some of these, unless Trump just completely annihilates her. But you already see the fixes in, and they're trying to rig this damn election again, trying to get you prepared. Well, it takes a while to count the votes. Really? Does it really? Does it really take that long?
Well, if your system's working appropriately, it should be tallying as you go. If it's working fairly and properly without any floods or power outages, it should be just fine. I mean, it's 2024. We are sending people to the moon and back like it's nothing, and we can't count ballots appropriately and give a call or give a total number when we should. That's just, I mean, it's pathetic. It really is. And then for her to come out like in the open and just say it, it's like, okay, so what are you going to do? And if you're going to be doing something that you shouldn't, I mean, now attention's been drawn to it. So I would love to hear what Trump has to say about this. Because we know Kamala's not going to say anything.
But he's already been talking about it. He has been. It's just, he's like, you've got to get out and vote. You got to vote early, and you got to make sure. And by the way, the numbers of Republicans voting early, it's sky high.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It is. Republicans are there. That's what gets me excited about it. Yes, I get frustrated reading these stories and listening to these stories, like the Michigan Secretary of State, Jocelyn Benson, talking about this. But man, I hope that I do get more hope when it comes to the situation where I see how many Republicans are actually voting early.
Yeah. Well, I am voting early. So I was undecided because I was like, oh, it's November 5th and it's just one of those things and it's exciting and you go and you vote and wait in those lines. But yeah, I'm going to vote early actually this week, or actually the day what's the first day? Is it this week or next? It's this week.
What are you talking about, for early?
Yeah.
Yeah. This week.
Yeah, this week.
Yep.
So I'm going to. So if that encourages anyone else, I think it's really, really important for this election.
Well,
the more I think about it,
it really is. And then you look at, I mean, I can't ever remember. I'm not kidding. It's been a while. I mean, the media wants you to think that it's a close election. I don't think it's a close election. And when you look at the optics of everything that's going on, it's not a close election. It's not. It's just
the only thing that worries me, though, Vic, is this money that Kamala Harris keeps bringing in left and right. That's the only thing that worries me, because they may not be showing up in person like they do for Donald Trump. I mean, these people line up for miles just to see the guy walk into a McDonald's. They line up for miles to go to a rally just to see him, hear him. However, they're not willing to, go into their pocketbook like the Democrats are. And that's what is worrisome for me, because it's like, okay, well, where this money's coming from, there's, is it the same amount of voters behind this? So that's the only thing that gets me. I'm not paying attention to the polls, although I do get excited when I see right now that Trump has been steady for the last 6 days, about, being up in the polls or being close in the polls. But I don't put a whole lot into that. But I mean, you just never know. I just hope that people continue to come out and support him up until the very last minute. And it would be awesome if he could, have the same kind of money coming in that Kamala Harris does. And I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know if the more money that she's bringing in, if that means that she is in fact doing better.
It doesn't.
Yeah. And that's just it.
I mean, I bring this up again. I also heard, just think there's so much money the Democrats are getting from wherever they're getting the money, and they're massive, major support. It's not small donations. It's some big elite money.
Yeah.
I'll bring it up again. David Gregory running for state senate, the only conservative seat that we'd had of 4 that represents St. Louis County. Why are the Democrats spending now? Why is the PACs that represent George Soros and now his son spending over $500,000 to go after, to stop Dave Gregory for a candidate, a Democratic who nobody knows, for a state senate seat? This isn't a U.S. senator seat. It's not governor. They're outspending by any other. They're not even going after the governors, Keogh, this way. Why are they going after David Gregory, that are the Democrats? National campaigns, John Hamm doing the commercials over and over and over. Why are they doing that?
Well, it's because it's people.
They're scared. They're scared
they
of
are.
hardcore conservatives who are out there trying to do their job. I'm just telling you, it makes you wonder what the heck is really going on.
Yeah. Well, and they are scared. And
but they have the money to do it.
Mm-hmm. They do.
Yet I've talked to conservative candidates that we can't get money.
Yeah.
Once again, it's me, and I know conservatives don't want to hear this, but you don't spend your money. Conservatives talk a good game on the whole, but you don't back your candidates. You don't.
Yeah.
And if I'm coming at you too hard, this is what I've been told by candidates. We've lived this as a conservative talk show. There are liberal talk shows, political shows, podcast shows that are just not very good. But guess what? They are fully funded because they're getting that Democratic message out. Shows like ours, you have to work extra hard to do it because Republicans don't get behind we talk a good game as a team, but we don't back it. We just don't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, even Trump at the highest level has less money coming in for him than his candidate.
Well, and like Trish said on the chat line, we can't give money because we're broke. And that is the sentiment right now across America, is that people, are struggling.
But the liberals have money.
I know. And that's what I was going to say is I don't know if
why
people
is that
are
happening?
Picking and choosing differently. I can't figure it out for the life of me. Why? Because everyone is struggling. I mean, no one has, well, I'm sure that there are several people, but most Americans don't have this extra money to just be putting towards something that isn't going to help them, buy groceries for their family or pay their insurances or their rent or their mortgage or gas for their car, things like that. So I don't know where people are getting the money or if they're just choosing to spend it different. But that is a great point. And you're definitely not alone in feeling like that. I just hope that it doesn't give their campaign any kind of advantage at all.
There are Trump County billboards from Missouri all the way to Texas, even through Little Rock, Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
Glad to see that. Glenn says, are Trump supporters targeted for donating? I don't know. Mark says, I'm not rich and I gave. Report just like to talk. Robert says, kickbacks. Many people at liberal workplaces required to donate as part of employment. Oh. Interesting.
Those are the same people that also required you to get a jab to keep your employment.
Well, that's true too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these are the things that you have to worry about.
And that's
what's
the
going
things
on.
that they can get away with. I mean, that's what's sad about it, is that they can get away with doing things like that. And who knows, they could be saying, or the Dems love to gaslight, and love to shame you into doing things. So, who knows what they're saying. If you don't donate, you're not a true Democrat. If you don't do this, you're really not, for liberal rights. Who knows?
It is interesting too, because Donald had a massive, massive weekend, huge weekend again. A lot of celebrities, and I've never gotten into the celebrities thing, but I find it interesting when Black celebrities at an all-time high still follow Donald Trump, still promoting Donald Trump. I mean, Kodak Black, rapper, I don't know if you know who that is or not, Megan.
Mm-hmm.
Kodak Black out promoting Donald Trump all over the place, which is, I love it, just from the sheer fact of people should be allowed to go out and vote for whoever they want. I've got no problem with Taylor Swift saying that she backs Kamala. Fine, do it. You want to go out there and do it, that's fine. But Kodak Black, last week, Miami Dolphins football players, their wives started, you have people who are going to shame you. But I'm just going to tell you now, if you put yourself out there If you're a Republican, you're going to get ripped. If you're a Democrat and you put yourself out there, you're going to get ripped, because Taylor Swift got ripped for backing a candidate like Kamala Harris because it doesn't make her look too intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she's super talented. Yes, she's a super businesswoman, but that does not make her smart or intelligent with politics or the world. Right here, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, former NFL players at Trump rallies, backing everything with Trump people because they're not afraid anymore. They're like, damn, we've had it. We have had it. We're not going to say we get smashed into a little box like Barack Obama, the most racist president we've ever had, by his own comments and actions. We're not going to say that we have to vote black because we're black. Are you kidding me? More and more of these people are showing up, Megan. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I think people are sick and tired of the Democrats telling you how you need to vote based purely on whether it's your socioeconomic background or the color of your skin. They're sick and tired of it. And right now we're seeing, these people come forward of all different skin colors and saying that they are backing Trump, which is incredible. I just wish that they would have done it sooner. I mean, I guess it's, better late than never, but you're seeing these people come forward, and, a lot of them, they'll even come forward and say, hey, I've never liked Trump, but I liked how things were when he was in office. I liked how our economy was. I felt safe. All of the things that are important for a commander in chief, for someone to lead our country. Again, you don't have to like, his personality. You don't have to like his delivery on everything. You don't have to like his hair or his spray tan or whatever it is that you're so upset and hurt about. But what you have to do is you have to think like an adult, okay? Put all your childish, thoughts behind you and think about what's best for this country. And we're seeing it, and they're coming forward. I mean, I really don't care what someone like Lizzo, I don't care what she says. I don't care about her music. I don't love a lot of the lawsuits that she has against her.
Or Bruce Springsteen.
Or Bruce Springsteen.
Who's that?
I mean, right.
Who the hell? He is a total loser.
Yeah.
I mean, loser.
Mhm.
Loser.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My God, if people actually listen to the comments he has made from a political standpoint, when it comes to politics, he's a total dumbass.
He's like a Robert De Niro.
Stay in your lane, Bruce.
Yeah.
But once again, you can always tell who the arrogant, elitist people are, because then they start to open their mouths and want you to think that they're actually intelligent and that you should listen to them because they knew how to sing or they knew how to entertain or play an instrument.
Yeah, that's right.
But whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, the people that I see, and I mean that genuinely. Like, I'm not
Bruce
saying
Springsteen's
that
still alive?
he is. He's alive and kicking.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, he's
All
out
right.
there. Yeah. But
okay.
And so's Lizzo, which if I were her, I would probably do a health check and probably make sure that she is going to be around, because by the looks of her, it is very apparent that she does not take good care of herself and make good decisions at all. So I'm just throwing that out there.
Logan says only way Trump loses is if they succeed in assassinating him. It will be the largest victory since Reagan. I'm telling you, I think it's going to be a huge victory too, despite cheating, despite everything they're trying to do, because all of the factors going in point to it. And they have pointed to this for several months. I have not bought into the media liberal hype. I just haven't. Kamala has had to pay people to show up at rallies. Her rallies, yeah, you figure she'll have some people if they can get them there, but they're nothing like Trump. She can't show up and get the support that Trump does because she can't speak. She can't do interviews. She had a disaster interview last week. I'm not worried.
Yeah.
Even with I'm saying there's going to be cheating, but I'm not worried.
Yeah. Well, and I don't think that we need to worry about convincing everyone else, anymore. From moving forward, I don't think it's going to take me and Vic to convince people that the woman is a horrible interviewer. She lies just left and right. She has no idea what her policies are going to be. She's trying to erase her past with Joe Biden. We all know. I think that it's very, very apparent. And it's just people that don't have to, follow politics on a daily basis, but just people that are just kind of like peeking around just a little bit here and there. She has made it very obvious that she is not, I'm not going to say not fit, but she just does not deserve to even be in this race. She stands for absolutely nothing. And she can't decide who she is, who she wants to be. And now all she wants to do is attack Donald Trump. And yet in the same breath, she wants to say, well, we have to turn down the rhetoric. We have to make sure that we turn the page on this rhetoric, you know, because now she's being slammed for what exactly are we turning the page on? You keep doing this, let's turn the page. Well, we're in your book. We're in you and Joe Biden's book. So what page are you trying to turn? Well, now she's like, well, you know, it's the Donald Trump's nasty words. We have to turn the page on this and the rhetoric. And, you know, she doesn't know what she's doing. And it's not going to take us, Vic. I think that the world can see who she is. And if they're willing to prop her up like they did Joe Biden for the last 4 years, then, you know, that's their problem. And unfortunately, if for some reason she were to be in there, she will be a puppet. Don't think for 1 minute that they're allowing that girl to make any decisions, especially when it comes to securing our country, foreign affairs. There is no way that anyone can trust her. There's just no way.
Well, she has looked more drunk, more drugged or something at her events. I mean, it's been really bad. And then she had one of the worst. If anybody wanted to realize anymore how unchristian, non-Christian Kamala Harris is, all you have to do is look what she said during a rally the other day. She doesn't get it. She just doesn't know how to speak to people because she's never had to speak to people in a way that is honest, pure, and true. Case in point, this press conference, or she was out at a rally, and you can't really hear it. Some people have, there's different versions of it. All a guy says is Jesus Christ is Lord. And she rips him. She should have accepted that. She rips him and tells him he's at the wrong rally and laughs and makes fun of him and thinks this is pure evil. It's demonic. And she, I mean, I'm not saying she has, but it just appears like she has this demon in her, on her, or beside her when she talks and rips Jesus. Here it is.
With the intention that they would undo the protections of Roe v. Wade, and they did as he intended. Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally.
The cheers for that is just
Look at her.
why?
She's evil.
No, I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street.
Okay.
Makes me sick.
Vic, seriously, when I saw this, I was so repulsed when I saw this. You know, I never want to post anything like on my social media about, you know, really just anything, whether it's Trump or Kamala or anything like that. But I'm telling you, I wanted to tell the world after I saw this that if you are voting for Kamala Harris, if you are on the fence at all in any way, shape, or form, this right here, this is who she is. I thought we saw who she was when she was with Brett Baer. I was like, okay, no, this is who she is. Okay, take away all the googly, giggly, you know, accents and the, you know, let's talk about the cloud and this and, you know, all these other things. We saw who she was. She's mean-spirited. And this right here says everything that I need to know about her. For her to, with a smile on her face after someone yells, Jesus is Lord or Jesus is King. I'm not sure. I'm hearing both
Jesus
both words.
is King. Yeah.
Jesus is King. So, and the reason why someone yelled that was because she is talking about abortion. She's talking about the Roe v. Wade. She's talking about how it's Trump's fault now because he got 3 conservative Supreme judges in. She's, you know, doing her thing where she's trying to lie. She's trying to, you know, make up this make-believe story so that people will believe that Donald Trump is now in charge of abortion bans and all these other lies. And so for her to say, I think you're at the wrong rally, how dare you? How dare you say that to someone? They didn't yell anything vile or crude or rude or anything hateful at all. Nothing like that. They stated the truth and you couldn't handle it. And it just goes back to when darkness is confronted with light, when evil is confronted with good. This is what happens. They don't know how to handle it, and you could see that evil smile, that evil grin on her face, and say, "You're at the wrong rally." That's who you are. And so, for my Christian liberal friends, you need to check her. And you need to realize who she is and what she stands for, because right there, that moment was huge, huge in a country that is supposed to be fundamentally and based on Christianity. That is who she is right there. And then she had the audacity to make it known yesterday that she went to church. Give me a break.
That's what narcissists do. That's part of her Marxist upbringing. Accuse others of what you're doing. It's straight out of Karl Marx's book. It's straight demonic. It is all over her. And I know it sounds very hardcore to say this, but if there is a liberal who would consider voting for this woman after what she said and how she handled that showed, unless you just don't believe in God, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
If you're an atheist, fine.
Mm-hmm.
Admit who you are. And like I said, we started off the show. It's sad because there's so many people in life that we deal with. I have people who look me in my face and lie to me. And in my life and people I care about. And then they go do something behind your back and they won't admit it. Then they'll try to make you think that you're the problem, that you're the one with the issues. That's what she's trying to do from a political standpoint.
Yes.
That is so nasty, bad. Greg even said, does the Antichrist have to be a male? Regarding what she said.
And can you?
Roland says you can't be a Christian and a liberal anymore.
Well,
because
you
the
would
liberal
think
left
that,
has gone so far left.
You would think that, but you know what? I know a few, and I don't know if they're in the dark. I don't know if they're choosing to stay under the rock. I don't know what it is, but if for any moment they ever were on the fence or doubted, this right here should be perfectly clear on who she is and what she stands for. And can you imagine what would happen if JD Vance or Donald Trump was at a rally and someone yelled something about Muhammad or someone yelled something about another religion?
Never.
Or anything
great
like that.
point, Megan.
Can
Now
you
you're preaching it.
imagine what would happen if JD Vance said, "You know what? You at the wrong rally. You better be down at the smaller one down the street," stuff like that.
No,
Can you
never.
imagine
Never.
the fire that would create, the storm that would create of anyone? How dare a conservative say anything like that if it were to go against any other religion? I mean, you can't even say that you are for Israel anymore. You can't even say that you're anti-Hamas anymore, because that makes you anti-Palestinian. You can't say anything with any common sense anymore, because it makes you a fascist. It makes you a sexist. It makes you a racist. The names just go on and on and on. But she can stand there and clearly tell a Christian, when they're talking about a super, super important Christian issue that she's bringing up, she's choosing to bring it up and talk about it at a rally, okay? Because that's her only talking point. Right now, I truly, truly believe that is the only issue that Democrats have right now, is abortion, women's reproductive rights, blah, blah, blah. And so for her to literally condemn someone and say something like that, that was horrible. And you know what? For all she knew, this was a Christian liberal. This was a Christian Democrat. For all she knew, it could have been someone that was truly there to support Kamala Harris in goofball walls, and just happened to say that, Jesus is king. I mean, because this might not be their only issue that they're worried about. They might be voting Democrat for other issues. So for her to do that, it was awful to me. Of all the things that I've seen in the past week, I surely hope that people see exactly who she is.
Well, JD Vance had a follow-up, because JD Vance, I'm telling you, in my humble opinion, I haven't seen a vice presidential candidate kick ass as much as he has in this point in time. Tell me somebody else from a vice presidential standpoint in modern times who has had such a massive, and I mean massive, presence helping their candidate more so than JD Vance has for Donald Trump in the time that he has been selected to where we are now. Give me another vice presidential candidate. That's the question. There isn't one that has even had close to the impact that JD Vance has had and is having. He is so damn good.
Mhm.
JD Vance at a presser yesterday, putting Kamala back in her place, addressing the situation where she ripped the person for saying Jesus is king. JD Vance so eloquently and directly making the difference between the two sides. You literally have Christianity versus non-Christianity, Republicans as Christians, Democrats as not. When you use these examples from what Kamala did and then what JD Vance said, not Vic's opinion, this is factual evidence. We deal in facts here, not fiction, facts, not feelings. Look at the two differences. Think of what Kamala said, making fun of the guy, making fun of Jesus, and then how JD Vance handled the situation.
Anti-Christian rhetoric and anti-Christian approach to public policy. I don't think that's right, Jesus is king, and I don't think that we've seen... I don't think that we've seen anything like this in modern American politics. Anti-Christian rhetoric.
Jesus is king. All Kamala could have made a very simple statement. Jesus is king. Yes, that's right. And continued on. But it's not in her heart. If it's in your heart when you hear that, you show it because Jesus in that light shines through. When it's not in your heart, it doesn't. And you see what you saw with Kamala. People show you who they are. It's up to you whether you're going to deal with it, whether you're going to accept it or not. And I think all of us have been in those situations. I've had people show me who they are in my life, yet I've tried to find the good things. There's no good in Kamala. I'm sorry. Somebody tell me where the good is. I don't see it. But my God, thank you, God, that we have JD Vance putting things in perspective so eloquently, so natural. Yes, Jesus is king. Thank you. Next, I mean, it's pretty obvious. You have the Republicans and the Democrats, and there's no intermingling. There isn't. And people are like, oh, why can't we just all get along? Really? Where are the Democrats calling out Kamala? They're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah. And this is not about freedom of religion. It has nothing to do with that. And that's what's so great about our country is, we can worship in different ways. We can have different religions, and that's what's beautiful. But for someone in her position right now to do what she did was absolutely awful. She had no right. It was not the time nor the place to express your disdain for Christians. She should have done it, in her own time. And again, like I said, there is no way that Donald Trump or JD Vance would ever have done something like that to someone that was just speaking truth in love. I mean, that statement was love. It was not hate. It was not a lie. And so, for her to do that. And again, I don't know if there's a smoke screen in front of all liberals right now.
Well, she can't talk Jesus and talk abortion at the same time.
Exactly.
That's
so what did
the
she
problem
expect?
with that whole situation. And she didn't feel comfortable trying to make that connection.
Well, because she can't. Because I truly, truly don't believe that she has Americans' best interests at heart. I truly don't. And the reason I say that is not because she can't decide where she stands. It's not because she's trying to one day be a part of Joe Biden's past 4 years where she wouldn't do anything differently. And then the next day she says, no, I'm my own person. I'm going to be totally different. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's not that. What I'm talking about is her history outside of being vice president. It's her history as a DA, as an attorney general, and as a member of Congress. That's what I'm talking about. And if you go back and you look at what she has done and what her record is, okay, it is horrible. It is disgraceful. 1 minute she doesn't want to prosecute someone, a cop killer. She doesn't want to, give him the proper judgment. And then the next minute she's putting all these black men in jail. She can't make a sane decision to save her life. She lied about all of the, the different propositions that she headed up. She lied to the California voters by putting false names on the propositions. I mean, it goes on and on and on. She's not truthful. She never has been. And like I said, this was just the icing on the cake for me.
I'm just grateful that we have Donald Trump, who's doing so damn well. And he had another big weekend. We already showed you the celebrities who are coming out for him, the new ones, especially the black ones. Kodak Black, Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown. I mean, it's all over the place. Usher tried to do a video with Kamala, and the black community was making fun of him. I mean, the black community is woken up. And one of the best parts is they're going to help get Donald Trump elected. And that's going to just eat alive the racist black people and the racist white people. It'll eat them alive. Eat them alive. Even CNBC, CNN, they're all freaking out about polling. They're freaking about how good Donald Trump is. Donald Trump even, which was really cool, over the weekend when he went and okay, I may have to go spend some money at McDonald's now. They only have one thing I would order there, and that's a quarter pounder because it's the only thing they make fresh, and it's the only, I'm sorry, real beef. That's what I've been told and studied.
I don't
The
know.
quarter pounder, that's the only thing, but maybe a shake. I don't know, but I feel like I got to donate some money to McDonald's.
I know.
Because Joe's like, no, don't. Here's why, Joe. Because lying Kamala, remember she said she worked at McDonald's. It's a lie. Another freaking lie that the media won't cover.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, all she does is lie. And we know what liars do. They have to continue to lie to cover up the lies that they have. It all gets into that whole situation. We've all dealt with somebody like Kamala, somebody who will look in your eyes, look in your face. Oh, I love you. I care about you. And they're lying to you behind your back in whatever situation. Boss, co-employee, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, cousin, family member, whoever, colleague. Well, Donald Trump went and worked at McDonald's yesterday because he knew Kamala was lying. What did McDonald's do? McDonald's finally came out yesterday. They came out and said Kamala Harris is a liar. She never worked at McDonald's. But it sounds good to say it when you're on the campaign trail, which is why they hide her from you, because she is a fake, a phony. She's a paper mache candidate. She is nothing. She has no substance, no sizzle, no anything. And by God, she's certainly not attractive like Eric thinks. We're going to get him out of that. I don't know what happened to Eric over the years.
I don't know.
But regardless, I digress. She has nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So what did Donald do? Because he's amazing when it comes to marketing. He went in and he worked at McDonald's yesterday. Thank you, Donald. Look at the scene. This was in the deep heart of the formerly blue Pennsylvania. Thousands of people showing up hoping to get a glimpse of Donald Trump at McDonald's. Look at that. People, this is
Love
real.
it.
This is not made up. We do not make up the news here. We show you the facts. That's why everybody's coming at us. That's why they canceled us off TikTok. That's why they keep coming at us, because we are making a difference. You guys are making a difference because we're telling the truth. And people don't want to hear the truth when they're in the upper echelons of media because it's state-run media. But we don't back down. We continue to push through. That's why we tell you to like, subscribe, share the show, because we're going to show you what's happening. Thousands of people showing up to get a glimpse of him. It would never happen for Kamala. There's no Democratic candidate that would happen for. It wouldn't, Megan.
No, it wouldn't.
Look at that.
And I just love that he went there so much.
Because she lied. She freaking lied. This is a candidate. She shouldn't even be running anymore.
Yeah.
I worked at McDonald's. You're a liar. You never did, ever did.
Yeah, because she was a poor middle class girl that she had to work there during her college years just so that she could have
I grew up
spending
middle
money.
class. I grew up middle class.
I mean, so
She's a
she
liar.
did what she had to do. But no, even if she would have worked there, I just love that he went, to a place where so many people have worked. I think they said yesterday that like 1 in 8 people in a certain age bracket has worked at McDonald's at some time in their life. But yeah, he went there and that's where a lot of people do get their first jobs, or a lot of people get their last jobs, after retirement. It doesn't matter, anywhere in between. But for him to just go and just be chatting these guys up, and he had like this little, apron on or whatever. I just loved it.
Here's
I thought
what it
it
is.
was awesome.
Here, imagine pulling up to a McDonald's drive-thru and Donald Trump sitting there, and Donald Trump's talking to you. I love this little interaction because
so cute.
there's so many things to unravel in this little,
Yeah,
I guess you would call
tidbit.
talk.
Yeah.
There's Donald working. I love it. As Logan says, he's the old.
A lot of fun here, everybody.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Look at all the fake news over there. Hello, everybody.
You can fake this,
And
right?
you know this is compliments of Trump, okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Mr. President,
Yes.
please don't let the United States become Brazil, my native Brazil.
We'll keep it
Oh.
good.
Please, please.
We're going to make it better than ever, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, Mr. President.
Oh.
Of Trump.
Yes.
And he
Thank
busts
you so much.
the drive-through window.
A lot of fun here, everybody.
Oh my God.
Isn't that great?
I hear
Oh.
he fixed the shake machine while he was there.
Of course he
Did
did.
he? Oh
He
my
fixes
gosh.
everything.
He's great. I just love it so much. I love when people can see his just that human side, that goofy side, the worm side, the part of him that truly does care about people and especially the hardworking people. He has a lot of respect for people that are doing whatever job it is, doing what they have to do to get by. And unfortunately, right now, people are having to work twice as hard for twice as less money that they've made in the past over the last 4 years. So I believe him when he says that, and it's not going to happen overnight.
Hope, energy, change,
Mhm.
excitement. That's Donald Trump.
Yeah.
That's not that evil woman.
Yeah.
He's a man of the people,
Yeah. He
which is why the establishment wants him gone. It's why they want him gone so bad. But he continues to do everything that he possibly can for this country.
Yeah.
And we continue to find out more and more about the lies. I mean, even CBS News came out and 60 Minutes admitted that they edited. This was a big story a few weeks ago.
Yes.
They even came out and admitted. And of course, they dump all this news over the weekend, the Friday/weekend news dump, so that it gets overlooked and not covered by media. They admitted, let me repeat, they admitted that they edited Kamala's answer to make it sound better for her.
Yeah.
This is a presidential campaign. They got caught, so they had to admit what lying, stealing, nasty, the media, there's a reason why nobody watches the local and national news anymore. There's a reason why 60 Minutes is a shell of what it was when I grew up watching it. It's because they're liars, they're bought and paid for, and they continue to produce crap because it's not honest or legit. Nobody could ever watch 60 Minutes again and think that you could actually trust somebody. When you lie as a journalist or a journalistic network, you could never be trusted again.
Yeah. But
You
they are
can't.
the party of
Brian
liars.
Williams on TV lied. You couldn't trust him again.
Well,
I mean-
they all do it. And it's part of who they are. And it's part of what they now represent. I mean, and why you would want to vote for someone who you're constantly having to clean up after, who you're constantly having to come in and edit things out or edit things in to make your candidate sound better. That's absolutely ridiculous. Pull your heads out, people. If you are constantly having to make her be someone that she's not, I don't think that she should be leading our country. I don't know. How about you? I mean, does that sound too off to people? The fact of the matter is, at this point, especially in this game, she should be able to come out and do a 20-minute interview and know her answers and know what she has said in the past, because what's happening now is she can't keep up. She's
well, not even an
contradicting
interview.
herself.
What she hasn't done is a presser. She has not shown up to
No
take
way.
to
It's not
take
gonna
questions
happen.
from any press or media. That's what she has refused to do because she is a disaster.
Mhm.
Trish says, I used to watch David Muir now and then, but now I can't anymore. Another thing, David Muir has lost all credibility, and here's why. Now, the crime statistics from the FBI were released last week. Guess
Mhm.
what? They admitted that they underreported all the violent crime because they were forced to. David Muir, well, I got my statistics here, blah, 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 with my long horse face. Don't you think I'm sexy, though? David,
Oh,
you
boy.
suck. And you know why you suck? Because you're bought and paid for.
Mhm.
And you would never, ever, ever debate me face to face because you're a liar. You don't have the mental. You don't have the mental. You don't have the knowledge. You don't have any of the know-how that you need to debate me. You don't. because I have the facts. I have the policies to talk about. He lied.
Mhm.
And well, I've got the facts here. No, you didn't. You had lie facts and you didn't do your research because the research was there that the FBI was lying. The FBI has come out now and said, yeah, we undervalued the crime stats, the violent crime stats. They're every bit what Donald Trump said they were. So you can't trust David Muir either.
No.
You can't trust. We told you about Lester Holt. You can't trust any of these national media people or local news people when it comes to talking politics. You just can't. I wish it was different. Show us something different, but they don't.
Yeah. Well, in that point too, Vic, the whole FBI stats being wrong about crime, that's been a huge talking point. This leading up to this election was crime rate. All you hear is Kamala Harris, and Joe Biden was saying it too, how they've brought crime down. And Donald Trump's like, no, you haven't. And I'm thinking, where are these people getting this? Because it has just been nothing but violent crime. I mean, left and right. I mean, if you look at even just July 4th weekend, just the murders that happened in some of our major cities, it's just incredible to hear people come and to have believed that. And now all of a sudden, oh, sorry, you guys were right the entire time. I wish that would be posted and pasted everywhere for everyone, only because it was such a big talking point for the Democrats trying to say how they've brought crime down. Give me a break. Just like they alter the numbers of the gotaways that have gotten into our country, the terrorists that have gotten into our country, the missing children. I mean, I could go on and on and on. Everything has been altered and made a lie, just like they tried to, make us believe that if you're a man, you can be a woman and vice versa. That's all they're trying to do, is to just constantly feed you these lies so that in the hopes that maybe eventually you will start to believe their lies. And unfortunately, that's what's happened, is a lot of our Americans are believing these lies. And gosh, I just wish that there was just some way just to shake them straight and be like, oh my gosh, it's really not that hard. It's really not that hard to see the facts, to see the truth. And, and I mean, what do we do with these people that just choose every day to believe this craziness that they feed you day after day after day? And it's like, the point, and I don't know if we were going to talk about it, but, talking about Kamala Harris at her rally, talking about the Roe versus Wade, talking about abortion, and all she can go on is her abortion rights and women's reproductive rights. How many times have we heard the word women's reproductive rights coming from the left, right? But they cannot answer a simple question: what is a woman? They cannot, and they will not, because they don't want to admit that a woman is a woman and a man is a man. Yet when it comes to reproductive rights, it's all about a woman. But then, they want to, these colleges and things like this, they want to be inclusive and they want to be equal, and they want to be able, for men that want to dress up like a woman, they want to allow them into sports. Yet, where is the women's rights when it comes to that? I'm so confused on this issue, because I hear women, 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 and all these rights. And yet when it comes to a woman and their rights, they have none outside of abortion. They have none. So you cannot even be a girl that has worked your entire life to go to a college and play collegiate sports. You don't even have that right anymore, because you will play against men, whether you like it or not. Where is the inclusivity? Where is the equal? Where are the rights for women in all of these other categories? It's so hypocritical, yet nobody ever wants to just stop for a minute. And, I would have loved for someone to have yelled out to Kamala, what is a woman?
Well, they don't know. They don't answer that question.
Yeah, but I mean, but
they can't answer that question.
And me as a woman,
that's a problem with Democrats. They can't.
Right. And I'm supposed to look at Kamala Harris and go, oh, thank you so much for these women's reproductive rights and all this. And thank you, you're doing so much for women. And yet I can't even play my sport or join a club that's for women, because there's going to be men in there. So my rights have just gone down the toilet. I'm just so sick and tired of hearing these lies coming from, and it's not just her, it's from the left. They pick and choose what they want to
Well, get
speak
used to
on.
it. Here's the problem the left has, and this is why Kamala will not be the next president unless something crazy, illegal happens. They can't disassociate themselves from Joe Biden. They tell you that Joe Biden did a great job, but they don't want to have anything to do with Joe Biden. They don't want to say, yeah, we're going to give you 4 more years of Joe Biden. They're running on change.
Yeah.
They don't want him anywhere near them. Where's Joe Biden, our president? He's an effing disaster, the worst president in history of this country. We already know that. Kamala was on the team. She was the worst vice president in history of the country. He's not out campaigning with her, is he? No. He didn't want to leave the job, did he? No. But they don't have him anywhere near her when it comes to campaigning, do they? No. If he was so good, and she already had a chance to say she wasn't Joe Biden. She's like, no, there's nothing I would change. I'm Joe Biden. She can't disassociate herself from him, but she can't have him with him. This is why the Democrats are screwed. They're evil, their lies, all of the gray is now caught up with them, and they're stuck. They're stuck between a rock and a hard place. So what do? You continue to lie. The theme of the show today was liars. People who will tell you one thing to your face. Oh, I love you. You look great. Or, yeah, believe me, everything's good. And then you find out they're lying to you, or it's up to you to believe them or not. And that's what we have happening right now with that whole situation. They're lying to you because a liar will continue to lie and lie and lie and lie. And that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're lying over and over and over again.
And you don't have to agree. I mean, we're smart enough to know that we don't all have to agree on everything. We're smart enough to know that we're going to have differing opinions. We're going to have differing opinions within the Conservative Party. We're going to have different opinions within the liberal, progressive party. That's just normal. But when it comes to major issues, when it comes to the safety and security of the American people, when it comes to the economic balance or off balance, if you will, of our economy, when you have someone that is blatantly standing in front of you and telling you one thing when it's completely different, like the FBI, the crime numbers, things like that. We as the American people, we deserve to know the truth, or just don't say anything at all. That's how I feel about it. It's like, just, give us the truth about things that do matter. I can say, honestly, that I do believe, whether you're left or right, that everyone would like to know that our country is secure, whether that's leaving the border open or closing it, whatever. But I do believe that most Americans with a sane mind wake up every day and hope and pray that our country stays safe, that we don't have going on here what's happening in the Middle East. I think that most people wake up every day and they go, gosh, I really am hoping that eggs aren't $10, a dozen today. That's normal. But when it comes to, like I said, the issues that she is always touting about and talking about, it's just lie after lie after lie. Yet people are choosing to believe what she's saying. And that's what's hard for me. It's frustrating for me. And it's actually really, really sad because, like I said, what can we do? She has shown herself. And I'm so glad, because now it doesn't take people like us to say,
No,
you know
it
what,
doesn't
she's lying.
anymore.
She's not a good person. She doesn't want what's best for you. Now all they have to do is open their eyes and they can see for themselves anywhere they turn who she is and what she stands for. So,
well, we appreciate you guys jumping on this show today. This is how fast it goes. This is what we do. It's been another terrific show because we're just trying to be honest, straightforward with everything. It's about the facts, and we're getting closer and closer to this election, and that's why your votes matter. Once again, I wanted to promote what Elon's doing. Joe, if you have an opportunity to show again what Elon Musk is doing, where people can go. He literally has a petition.theamericapac.org. Petition.theamericapac.org. Elon says he's given $1 million away to people who sign up for his PAC. He already gave away $1 million check on Saturday. Not sure if he did that yesterday or not.
It's really easy too. I finished it, and there you go.
And if anybody wins, you could donate to canceltheshow.com for us.
We will take
pushing that along. But we just want to make sure that people understand. Now, of course, Democrats are trying to come out against it because they're jealous and envious and evil. When it comes to the campaign, when it comes to money and all of those situations. So petition.america, PAC.org. Love it. I think it's a genius
Mhm.
idea because he is a genius idea. And keep in mind, this guy not so long ago was a staunch Democrat. All right.
Yes,
But he saw what happened to Donald Trump. He saw what's happening to this country, the lies, the cheating, the stealing that the Democrats have done, and he changed his mind.
Yep.
The attacks on Donald Trump, first of all, from a legal standpoint, then from a physical standpoint, and it was over. So, guys, we appreciate you jumping in for Cancel This. I want to give a shout out to our advertisers that we do have from that standpoint. And of course, Complete Auto Body Care, Complete Auto Body Repair. It's the best place to get your car taken care of, A to Z. They sell tires, they rent cars, they sell cars. They have so many branches, and they have lots of jobs available. It's CompleteAB.com, CompleteAB.com. You're not going to find anybody better than Curtis. When you need vehicles, they also have vehicles that they rent out. It's been an amazing place. Joe and I have used it. It's just, I couldn't imagine a better place to go. And let them know that you appreciate them working with CancelThisShow.com. David Gregory, when it comes to the Missouri injury attorney, David Gregory, the conservative. It's literally, you find him, conservativeinjurylawyer.com. If you've been in an accident or know anybody that's been in an accident, before you sign with anybody, give Dave a call, because if you bring up Cancel This, he's going to give you back about 5% more than what your settlement would normally be. Plus, you're not going to find any better than Dave. There's a reason why people all across the country are using Dave. He is advertising, at least he's legal in 7 states, and he can work in every single state around America. By the way, I talked to him recently. Dave also has the lawsuit for all the women that were wronged at Lifetime. Remember when that man was acting like, guess who they signed with? They signed with Dave Gregory. And Dave will be bringing that lawsuit against Lifetime National very soon. There's a reason. That's why David promotes himself as the conservativeinjurylawyer.com. Check out Dave from that standpoint. And by the way, he's also running, if you're out in West County anywhere in Dave's district, be sure to let you or your friends or family know to vote for Dave as well when it comes to state Senate. It's the only Senate seat representing St. Louis County that is not Democrat right now. A Republican left it. So, and then the attacks from Dave's standpoint are crazy right now. Like I said, if you weren't with us early, over $500,000 pouring into his candidate from the Soros campaign PACs to try to get Dave out. There's a reason why they don't want that conservative in. Why are they spending so much money to get Dave out, to get their liberal candidate in? It just makes you wonder, for a state Senate seat of all things. So anyway, wanted to promote that. Also, when it comes to Winty's, I checked out Winty's over the weekend. I was there. Work hard, play hard. You got your location on Chesterfield Airport Road. And then in the heart of Defiance as well, some of the best food you're going to find. It's good. The service is great. Just good times. There's a reason why people go back. They have live entertainment on the weekends. You can watch the sporting events as well. Just a really, really, really great place to go. Also, when it comes to real estate, check out Megan Livingstone. Once again, Megan.Livingstone at exprealty.com. 314-249-1708. Anything real estate. You can give her a call. Let her know you appreciate her jumping in with Cancel This. You need a plan, and a positive plan, and the right approach from start to finish. Give her a call and let her know. Ben Lawler with Tom James. When it comes to custom clothing, we're going to have Ben on the show, but he's gotten behind us too. When it comes to fit, when it comes to convenience, when it comes to style, all the things that work. And it may shock you what you can actually get for the price. Holiday season's coming up. Give Ben a chance. Let him find out from Ben how he might be able to help you. We've got his phone number listed, 314-862-6500, or you can contact him, blawler@tomjames.com. And also a new advertiser out in St. Peter's, Playoffs Sports Bar and Grill. Detroit Mike owns it. He's a huge Lions fan like I am. I'm going to get out there for a Lions watch, but I'm going to get out there probably very soon to watch my Lions play. But Mike and Playoffs have jumped in. If you're out in the St. Peter side, check them out. And if you have friends that live over there, check out. Terrific place, just like Winty's. They're just over in St. Peter's. Mike loves the show. Known him for a long time. He has now gotten involved. It's a great place to watch Sunday games, but it's playoffs. You can check it out. St. Peter's Playoffs. Just a fantastic place to go. We'll continue to promote Mike and Playoffs as well. And we appreciate everybody jumping in for our show today. Do we have anything else left to do?
I don't think so. I think we covered it.
All right. Well, that
Yeah.
sounds good. We appreciate everybody jumping in with us again today. We'll see you again here tomorrow, 9 o'clock Central. And as always, thank you for supporting what we do. If you know of anybody that wants to donate, we have a donate button on our advertising page. If you know anybody that wants to get behind us with advertising, as this next commercial will show you, please let us know. Vic@cancelthisshow.com. So for Pro Joe and Megan Marie Moret, I'm Vic Faust. Guys, have an awesome day. We'll see you tomorrow. Presence partner with Cancel This Show with myself, Vic Faust, and my co-host
Megan Marie, we're ranked in the top 10% globally.
Our show has reached over 1.68 million engaged listeners, and we continue to grow monthly.
Podcasting is one of the best ways to advertise
because it offers a highly engaged audience, SEO targeted reach,
and the ability to build a personal connection with listeners.
Dive into the dynamic world of cancel culture, politics, all current events, and the latest news with us.
It's the American taxpayers that are having to pay for all of this monkey business left and right.
Look at all of these pictures. They are using AI to generate fake photos, and we show you them. And Joe will show, we got a video of one, we've got certain pictures.
They were hiding the fact and trying to lie to the American people for months that Joe Biden was doing well.
This is Kamala. This is Joe Biden. It's Barack Obama. It's Jake Sullivan, all together doing anything and everything they can to strike back at Donald Trump because he continues to kick their ass.
If that doesn't make you mad enough to vote one way or another in this election, nothing will do it.
Get your company's voice heard, your brand recognized,
and the exposure you deserve.
Does your brand align with our mission?
Let's talk and make an impact together.